News on the go for you now. Residents from Sekhukhune in Limpopo say they are living under siege from illegal miners. The Sekhukhune Residence Forum has now joined forces with Provincial Government to try deal with this crisis. They say police and law enforcement agencies are failing and are allegedly in fact working with the corrupt mine bosses. Newzroom Afrika's Tumaole Mohlaoli is in that area for us. He joins us now live. And Tumaole, we spent a considerable amount of time making sense of illegal mining and its impact. How's it all unfolding there?
Well, I can tell you that illegal mining is certainly alive and well here in the town of Atok in Sekhukhune, Limpopo province. And when I say alive and well, just moments ago, there were illegal miners taking what looks like ferrochrome or a very shiny rock kind of precious metal or unprocessed metal from the ground. And I'm going to ask my colleague Ritumetse Titinti just to pan to his right, to the left of your screen, just to show you these are some of the people that have been busy throughout the morning while we were here. We managed to get visuals of them coming up from what is certainly quite a sight to behold. They've to dig into the ground here. It's a residential area, I can tell you, and many of the people that you see here have just emerged from underground, and this is what they have been mining here. You can see here that there is this very shiny stone that has been coming out, and they've been at it, I'm told, right through the early hours of the morning. Quite a lot of material that they've brought from underground. Not sure where this material goes to or who fetches it, but you can see even there's some of the tools of trade that they use, very rudimentary tools of trade. This is, of course, Zamazamaring in action as we speak. And you see that it's a bucket and shovels. And you can see also, as Ritumetse pans further to his right, to the left of the screen, from that perspective at home, it is just on the doorstep of residents' homes here. These are, normal homes, and people have been complaining that this mining that is happening unchecked. And authorities have not intervened or are seemingly unwilling to intervene. In the time that I've been here, I've seen the main road here is not far, just about a matter of a few hundred meters. At least 2 police vehicles that have driven past, and there's been no intervention. Earlier, I spoke to residents, and they were telling me from the safety of their gates that, of course, they are not going to intervene. This has been happening for a long time, and they can only just sit on and watch. And they are very concerned about what's going to happen when these mining operations keep getting closer to their yards. And they say that, all they can do is look on and watch. So in the meantime, let us get what the latest is in terms of those who are willing to do something. I'm going to be joined now by Malakaje Pasha from the Sekhukhune Residence Association or Residence Forum. Dr. Pasha, thank you very much for speaking to us on Newzroom Afrika. It's very hard for me to process what I'm seeing here. Describe what is going on and how long has this been happening?
Well, Dumalot, this has been going for some time now. It's very disgraceful, in fact, to say the least. It's happening right next to the R37. You've got all government officials, ward councillors, chiefs, and everybody passing by. This is not happening where nobody basically sees it. Okay, everybody is here; they see what's happening. But the worst part of it is that nobody really cares, because people in this village, basically, not only here but in a couple of areas where we'll show you, they're facing an imminent danger. Okay, when it rains, when these burrows are filled up, children tend to want to come and swim here because that's the only way they can do. I mean, they just find it as something that they could do. But as a forum, we have on a number of occasions raised this thing with the Department of Minerals and Energy. We've spoken with the Director General there, Mr. Mokwena. We have brought to his attention that there's a problem of illegal mining in our area. And we've also spoken to the MEC of Economic Development. We have raised this with the mayors and others and said that really something has to be done.
And who's doing the mining? What is the profile of the miners?
Well, you can see when here you are probably dealing with highly sophisticated individuals. They would have used large equipment. It's not somebody who is poor or anything like that. These are just doing the follow-up on what already have happened. I mean, this kind of holes cannot be dug by somebody else with the shovels and other things. But people have already done the groundwork here. They brought in big TLB, and they've got huge machinery basically to dig up these areas. Okay. Now the question then obviously remains is that, and how is it that nobody really can pick up something like this that has happened right in our doorstep?
And when you go to the police, what is the response that you get as a forum?
Well, what we have had is that the police have been doing their job. Well, they say that they've arrested some, they have taken the equipment, but this thing has been going on for almost 15 years, if not more. This is continuing. Because you see, one of the issues that we have raised in the past, we would have raised with the department, is that, well, mostly in terms of the law, you will then find that, there are levies that are paid, and when the mines come to its end, then these levies are used to basically to redo the areas. But who's then going to do this illegal mining activity? Because it's the responsibility of the state to contain and manage this kind of activity that's happening in our area. But also this disadvantage our people in a bigger way. Remember that Sekhukhune, it's long ago was declared as a nodal point for development by President Thabo Mbeki, about 24, 25 years ago. Okay? To this day, we still don't have sustainable water supply in Sekhukhune. We don't have sustainable water supply in areas like this where they are mining area. So you are dealing with a wide myriad of problems, okay, that the authorities have no will, there's no willingness basically on their part to do anything about it.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much. And we will be speaking with you throughout the rest of the days. You take us to other areas. We are told this is not the only area that, of course, is affected by this illegal mining. And this is something that, of course, the Sekhukhune Residence Forum is very concerned about, as Malagache Pasha has pointed out. And something quite to behold as I step out of shot before I hand back, just to give you a glimpse again of just how bad the situation is here. And people continue to mine with their own buckets and shovels as they take the precious rock out of the ground. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
Yeah, really sobering stuff. Tumaole, Mohlaoli, live to us there from Sekhukhune. Thanks very much indeed.